Good playgrounds should feel like part of the community with local features, trains, lifesaver huts, tractors and tank stands and sheepdogs running around. Playgrounds aren't just about having some fun. They're also about kids growing up and developing skills.
For us at Playworks, it's about giving the child a life experience.
G'day and welcome to The Free Hit, where we have a poke at some of the subjects in our game called hockey. Tonight I'm joined by Christine Blanchard and Greg Hart. We're talking about the balance of power between the clubs and the associations. Greg, have we got that balance right?
We've almost got the balance right. I feel sometimes the associations probably have a little bit too much to say in authority and dictating wise, but generally I think it's quite good.
So the ways to change that, Greg?
I think when the clubs give an agenda, I think basically should be black and white, and make sure we stick to that and make sure everybody's on the same page. Basically.
So the club giving an agenda to the association?
Yeah, I think so. Once we basically give the associations what the clubs want, and for the year we carry that out.
So Christine, do the clubs get involved enough?
When they want to. If the issue affects them, they will and should step up to the plate and make appropriate change. If it's trundling along quite well, you'd have to think the association probably has it right. But remember that associations are simply made up of our members, which is clubs.
So is there enough club involvement at association level, Greg, especially with BHA?
With BHA, to be honest, I think the balance is nearly there, because there's 10 or 12 board members and it's pretty much spread out with all the clubs, but to be honest, it should be, I personally feel it should be a delegate from each club on the board, if we can get somebody to do that.
Christine, the men and the women are similar. You've got the opportunity to present those people to the association as far as to be on that board.
I think if we had a member from every club on our association, it would be unworkable in terms of the Board of Management. We've got 20 plus clubs, so that would be too many people around the table. I think we have a good representation at the moment. We have members from the bigger clubs and some of the smaller ones. Getting volunteers can be tricky, and getting volunteers with particular skill sets can also be tricky, and that's something that we focus on more and more moving into the future. When you're attracting volunteers, trying to attract the right volunteers so that the balance of power is right, because the people at the table know what the clubs want.
Because it's all about volunteers, as we know, and the volunteers from an association come from the clubs. If we got it nearly right at BHA level, Greg, what would make it completely right?
Basically, the guys who are now running the board would make a decision. Sometimes they just sit on the fence. I prefer it when they are there to actually make a decision for the clubs or make the association decisions. At the stage, they just sit on the fence. A lot of the decisions, they just need to make one.
Is that different with the women, Christine?
Oh, we're not afraid to make a decision, and we'll make it, and sometimes it hurts, but that's what we're there for as elected members on the association. If they don't like it, step up and look to become the volunteer that makes the change.
Well, that's it from us on The Free Hit. Again, we're not here to solve all the decisions, just to talk about them. Thanks to Christine and Greg for joining us tonight. I'm Tom Wetton. We'll see you again shortly.